From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big evening on Evenings LA with incredible great new details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 direct from Santa Monica. In this recording, we'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the fourth stimulus recon, the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Then we cut to the process of the recon, mostly application-based, and why Purple Hawks are going to kill it under the fourth stimulus recon, the biggest payout we've ever seen of the history of this channel. I'll go over all the incredible sums of money that are happening, and then we'll cut to fifth stimulus as well, and what the president has said about fourth stimulus, what Bernie is saying as well, and finally, one viewer getting over $80,000 from the channel. Of all these incredible details, and the exciting details start right now as we go into Evenings Lalate. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful day here, direct with you in Santa Monica, California, with the biggest update of the week with your fourth stimulus check of 2021. Why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon. But why is Donetta going to be left with potentially just a donut and nothing else? And why the Purple Hawks are going to clean up under this fourth stimulus recon of all the deliciousness in this video. Then we cut to the big money across the board that viewers are getting and why one viewer got over $80,000. I have all that big revelation starting right now, and this is Lalate, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto. So subscribe. A 400,000 subscribers YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. And in this video, you'll see how one member got $80,000 this week. It could be you. Meantime, if you've not signed up for those alerts, please do, because boy, people are killing it with the alerts. The LA alerts, totally free. Changing the whole landscape of news reporting in the country. Launched a week ago, thousands have signed up. You need to as well. It's totally free. Go to news.la.com/alerts, put in your name and email address, then I'll look for the confirmation email, potentially in the spam folder or in the promotions folder from Gmail. Click the link and then away you go. Done deal, signed, seal for that one as well. Let's go into that monthly stimulus check, House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and who wants to give it to you and how they want to do it as well. You know, there's that American petition with nearly 4 million signatures that have been signed now, demanding a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. But let's go over what your legislators are asking for as well. Well, we have Wyden, Warren, and Sanders asking for a monthly stimulus check in a recent letter to the president. That is the senators, monthly, the amount unknown. Then we have AOC and Omar writing the president days ago saying we need monthly stimulus checks, $2,000 a month. We have the incredible House Ways and Means Committee representing that they will be doing it for you in a letter to the president, saying that they're going to give you a fourth stimulus check and it's going to be monthly, but they don't say the amount. But yet the one item that's captivating a country remains the incredible House bill, which is pandemic plus 1 year stimulus check, which would amount to at least 12 checks. Or $13,000 at least. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate. House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from this evening and how the weather is. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that if you got a third, you get a fourth. A single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check. Family of four, Democrats represent you get a fourth stimulus check. And for the married couple, $150,000 or less, double it. Family of four, quadruple it. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Meantime, would beneficiaries receive it? They would. Would adult dependents have a different amount? They would not. Everyone would have the same amount across the board. The forced stimulus check is not income, and it's also not taxable. Finally, the forced stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you do go to the casino tonight and you do waive the check after the check has had too many $12 ice creams, expect the check to see two of you. And to which you say to the check, I just want to see reoccurring versions of you. In the second half of this video, we go over the incredible great details about the recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. The $3.5 trillion of checks are now confirmed and coming to you under the forced stimulus recon. But what are they for? I have all that details. And then in the final 15 minutes of this video, stay to the very end, we go over the push to make sure all those checks, that $3.5 trillion, are correct. I'll go over what they are for you and how they get to the finish line. The tow truck has passed over the finish line. Time to pick up the tow hitch. But first, let's get some money. Let's get a pen and paper ready because we're going to get some money for rent, utilities, food, internet, and more. And guess what? We started the week with several viewers with nothing. And I said there's money available for you under third stimulus. And by the middle of the week, 3 viewers had $40,000 from this channel. By the end of the week, 1 viewer, Johnny, went from $40,000 to $80,000 he got because of this channel this week. That is what you should be doing. That's what you can be doing. I'm going to show you right now. So Johnny this week, because of the videos of this channel, got not 1, but 7 items. He got SNAP at $12,000, EIDL at $10,000, tax refund check at nearly $2,000, housing state $21,000, electric $9,000, another $25,000 for local housing, bringing his grand total to nearly $80,000. Boy, get a pen and paper ready because we're going to get that money for you as well. When we talk about the rent first, the viewers are getting bigger sums of money for all these items. I'm going to get you some rent, utilities, mortgages, and homeowners utilities across the board. When we start with the rent, let's look at the numbers. Wham, bo. Boy, look at these numbers. $20,000, say goodbye. We're heading to $27,000. Elizabeth, Purple Hawk, getting $27,000 for this channel. If you have not become a Purple Hawk, you need to do so. The link's under the video. Mark, $25,000. Nancy, $24,000. Richard, $22,000. And Nisi, $20,000. The week started with utilities. We were talking about $3,000 for utilities. The week's ending with Johnny getting $9,000 for utilities. And yes, all these numbers are going bigger across the board. Purple Hawks are killing it. Every single day, they are proving that the numbers can go bigger than they were 48 hours before. When we talk about SNAP, look at these numbers. Oh my goodness, John, $10,000. Louis, $18,000. Nancy, $5,000. Well, what did we have this week? Among the success stories this week, we also had Robert, who says, Lalate, I want to thank you. I just got approved for $18,000 for rent. So let's look at that. That's right in the money there. Then I got $16,000 for SNAP. Oh boy. So he's on the high end. And then he says, I got $7,000 for utilities. He's maxing out. Keep up your good, wonderful work and helping other people. God bless you, Lalate. I'm a member and I go by Dread. Been following you since the start of the pandemic. My name is Robert. So there you go. The success stories continue to come on in. And there is Nisi and Nancy with 3 items at $32,000 and $23,000. And there's Mark with 2 items. 2? Who put Mark in my graphic with 2 items? That's a graphic about 3 items. I'll tell you what happened with Mark. 4 wonderful stories. First one, the last one you're going to see for the first time tonight on Evenings LA. Number 1, Mark had not gotten SNAP. For 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get SNAP because it's a SNAP. And he did. Within 5 days, Mark got SNAP. Number 2, Mark told his neighbor at the same time to go watch that kid, Lalate. Everyone's watching him and getting big sums of money. People aren't waiting around for a forced stimulus check. They're getting the big sums of money now. And what did that neighbor get? $20,000 of rent in 5 days. Oh my goodness. If that sounds familiar, it should, because this week, Shanann did the same thing. Shanann told her friend, potentially not a neighbor, but at least a friend, said, I told my friend about you, Lalate, and she went and she is now addicted to her channel. And this week she received $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 annualized for food SNAP. $21,000. Friends really care for one another. Boy. And then finally, Mark showed us that you can get 3 items for this channel. But John now shows us you can get 7 items. The numbers keep on growing. Finally, Mark did get that Snap. How much do you think Mark's got? He got a lot of money for Snap. Mark got $19,000 for Snap, bringing his grand total of $50,500. And yes, John bringing it to $80,000 for himself, and Lorraine at $105,000. And this is what we do, because this is Lalate. I've been doing this since day one. This channel launched for me to get you money, big sums of money. And we've been doing this since the very beginning. People had applied for the EIDL loan and EIDL grant, and we're not getting approved. And so what did I do? On camera, I helped get applications approved that were stuck in the 330, the 331, and the 484 text. Application after application. 10 per day at $150,000 a pop. Nearly $25 million of EIDL loans were approved because of this channel. Then, 3 days later, a new program was going live. People didn't know how to do it, didn't know how to apply, didn't know where it was. I guided you through the application process. It was called PUA. And immediately people were confused, but I helped get people approved, like Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida getting over $15,000. Took several weeks because her state was not going live with it. Then in December 2020, the second stimulus checks were not coming. So I need to step up, and I got viewers $250,000 of rent. Like Tyrone and his family 4 out of Boston got $15,000 for rent and paid all their rent from December to the spring. But now you're doing it bigger and bolder than ever before, so get in pen paper ready right now. I'm going to get you tonight some money for rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance right now. This money's available right now. For a stimulus check, not laying in your bank account today or this week or last week, but this money is available now, and it's a lot of it. Let's go over the introductory remarks. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. Reach out to all 6. If one says no, reach out to the next. They have different eligibility, and they also have their different pots of money. Number 2, every state has the same amount of money given to it by the federal government based upon the number of residents. Number 3, do not insert new disqualification ideas in your psychic. Untrue. There's nothing unique that disqualifies you. Also, listen to the keywords I say in the video. It really helps get people approved. Here we go. You're going to reach out to your city hall, your city housing authority, your county hall, your county housing authority, your state hall, your state housing authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. There you go. That's what you say. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitch Atini. No, not Mitch a Bikini, Mitch Atini. They don't know either of those. They don't want to know those. And 2 mornings ago, I had someone in the comments saying, I reached out to somewhere to ask for free rent, and they said, we have no free rent. We only have rent assistance because of COVID. I can't make this stuff up. Yeah, that's why you gotta say the right words. They don't just give away free rent just, because of, whatever. It's rent assistance because of COVID. And if you got rent as well, post your success story in the live chat. Tim and Linda got this wonderful pot of money. And the next pot of money is the money for Snap. Snap is a snap to get. You should be getting it. It's very easy eligibility. It's easier than a stimulus check. Louis got $18,000. Mark got $19,000. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and her mom, and Gail got as well. What is Snap? It is money for food. You get it from Department of Agriculture. It pays a lot. You see viewers who are getting, like Johnny, $16,000, Mark, $19,000. But the breaking news I delivered on air 2 Mondays ago, incredible. Snap will be now increased nationwide for everyone starting October. An average of 25% lifetime automatic. Oh my goodness, incredible great news. So if you got Snap posted in the live chat right now, the next part of the money is the money coming back from your state due to overpayment of unemployment benefits and a computer error. The federal government has ordered the states to pay that money to you. One viewer got $3,000, one viewer got $5,000. It's coming by direct deposit. Now, what did the state say? What did the federal government say to the state? You need to upgrade your computers. The state said, but we got Windows 10, the 1910 version, where the keyboard is made out of wood. Federal government said, no, that doesn't cut it. And you know what you upgraded from? 1905, where the computer was made out of stone. Doesn't cut it. The last spot on the money is the refund check coming back from IRS. That is the tax return you've paid taxes on for the 2020 unemployment benefits. Average waivable check is about $1,200, $1,400, but Johnny got $1,600. Mark got $1,400, and a viewer over the last weekend got over $2,000. Marka got it, Cod got it, and Michael got it. More about this in a second. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. If you're in the live chat, post your success stories for rent, utilities, food, or internet, because guess what? This channel was launched for me to help you. And when you post your success stories, you help other people. The spirit of this channel is everyone helping each other. And when you post your success stories, people get inspired to pick up the phone and call. A lot of the stuff is basically just picking up the phone and calling. Then we realize the numbers are bigger and bolder than we ever thought. Then there's a lot of people who never heard of Snap till they found this channel. Larry Maui is now getting $6,000 a year because of my videos. He never heard of Snap before he found me. We had Art Sullivan and Nisi inspire all of us to get 3 items. They got 3 items, and now viewers like Johnny getting 7 items. We have Mark and Lorraine who got big sums of money and now inspiring us to go bigger and bolder. So post your success stories in the live chat right now, and let's continue with those unemployment benefits. Where are they landing? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track them? Yeah. Go to iris.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the refund check you are getting, and then it'll reveal stuff you don't want to see. Like the ingredient list to the Michitini. Really? I do not want to see the Michitini or the Michibikini or the ingredient list for either. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, it's coming up later with the big details about how you get these checks for the recon. But starting right now is the second part of this video, which is the recon itself. Done, deal, signed, sealed. Yes. This Tuesday, it became law. The 4 stimulus recon is a done deal, meaning that the American people will be getting $3.5 trillion of checks across the board. Checks of all kinds, and these are checks for you. What do we know? Number 1. The recon is passed. Number 2, it will be $3.5 trillion. Number 3, it's all checks for you. And number 4, it's the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. First, second, and third, this big. Fourth, this big. First, second, and third, 80% for corporations, 90% for corporations. This one, all for you. It's incredible details. And most of the money in there is application-based. In the third part of this video, I'll explain to you what application-based stimulus means. You've been doing it before. You're doing it right now, and you did before. I'm going to show you how you do application-based stimulus. There's a push on the way to put stimulus checks in there in addition, but this application-based stimulus is the one that pays the massive sums of money. And that's the type of money that Johnny got $80,000 with this week as well. Now, how do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot by taking roads and bridges out of the recon, putting in the bipartisan. A conservative publication confirms my reporting. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. But by taking out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable. Now, the way you watch and understand news is you watch it before the story happens. I deliver news sometimes a month before it happens, and that was what happened in the case of the recon. I had told you a month earlier it was going to pass. Why did I know that? Because the Democrats, House and Senate had met with the president, had agreed to a recon of a price tag and said they're doing it, and it's going to pass. So the vote this last Tuesday was merely ceremonial. A lot of people said the vote was not going to happen until September. Untrue. A lot of people said there was not going to be any voting last week. Untrue. And a lot of people said it was never going to happen. Untrue. They already said amongst themselves they were doing it. In fact, before they met to agree upon a price tag, they said we have to go big enough. Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, and Representative Richie Torres, Democrat out of New York, had said before we started the whole process, we need a big recon. She had said we need a recon that goes as far as we wanted, and Torres said we need to have a larger recon. Well, they got it, $3.5 trillion. And the president, once everyone agreed upon the recon, but before they start voting, said to them, protect my recon. Because everything in there is progressive checks to the American people, and the progressive checks are the White House's priorities as well. That's what Brian Schatz and Jalapal confirmed to us weeks earlier. Now, how do we get to this wonderful spot? By separating recon from bipartisan. Let's go over what recon is, what bipartisan is. Let's go over what recon procedural is and what recon substantive is. And we start with the details starting right now. There's 2 paths across the board. Path number 1 is recon, and path number 2 is bipartisan. And let's look at them one at a time. Number 1, recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag, $3.5 trillion. Also called the Democratic Spending Plan or the Progressive Social Reform Plan. All checks for you. Bipartisan, not your money. This is money for the roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. We started the week with 3 items to do. We're ending the week with 2 items to do because we did the first one. Done, deal, signed, sealed. Recon procedural, done. we have left recon substantive and bipartisan. We did not just start recon substantive this week. We've been doing it all along. What is the difference of the two items? Let's go over them. First, recon procedural basically asks, are we doing a recon with a big price tag where the money's split this way? We are. All they're doing is agreeing to do a recon, 3.5 trillion checks for the American people, where $10 goes to committee number 1 and $20 goes to committee number 2. But recon substantive is important because now that a committee is given $10 to spend on you, they have to spend it the right way. This is sort of like the terms and conditions. They agree they're giving you $10, but the terms and conditions need to be done the right way. And this is incredible, great news. I have more about this in the final 15 minutes of this video. But first, how do we get to this great spot? From Jalapal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. The letter was signed by 12 House Democrats, part of 100 plus, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Yes. Can we top that? Yes. As we have a letter from 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee, who recently wrote the president a message that said, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Oh my goodness, those are the people we talked about before. It is. House Ways and Means represent they're giving you a forced stimulus check monthly, but do not state the amount. Now, Purple Power, you got to push because they're making that promise to us. So you got to push. We also have AOC and Omar saying they're going to give us a stimulus check, $2,000 a month. You have to push. We have Warren, Sanders, and Wyden saying monthly, but without an amount. And then we have the House bill, $1,000 a month after the first month. Pandemic plus 1 year. Can we top that? Yes, as Biden did it. 8 weeks ago today, he went overseas for a ceremonial signature. The real signature happened days later. It's for something called the global minimum corporate tax rate. But all you need to know is it's out of the recon. Making it easier to write the recon, easier to call the vote on the recon, and easier to pass the recon. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video. Done deal, signed, sealed. The recon is a done deal, and you'll be getting $3.5 trillion of checks, but not just because you're holding a donut. I'll explain why Purple Hawks are going to clean up under this recon, and why a donut girl and donut guy may be left with just a donut. Then we're going to go to third stimulus versus fourth stimulus, and why Purple Hawks are doing so incredibly well this week. 40,000 3 times, 80,000 after a week before that of 32,000, and a week before that of 50,000 and 105,000. I'll go over all those incredible details, what Bernie is saying about fourth stimulus as well. A lot of breaking news. But first, here's a personal message from me to you. If you haven't gotten one item from this channel, you need to. I want you to pick up the phone, call the water department, or the electric department, or the phone company, or Snap, and get at least one item from this channel. If you do, you're going to kill it under forced stimulus, because forced stimulus involves that task, calling, or going somewhere on the phone, or the cell phone, or on the phone, or on a website. At least pick up the phone and call and get one item, because if you do that, you're ready to kill it under forced stimulus. Then if you can't get the remainder of the items, then reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're in the community page. Go down in the description of this video, find the link to the community page. It's news.la.com/community. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you with the continuation of the breaking news in the final 15 minutes of Evenings Lalate. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. And the excitement continues right now, direct from Santa Monica on a big evening's Lalate. I'm so excited for you to join me. In the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll go over that fourth stimulus recon and why Purple Hawks are going to clean up under this fourth stimulus recon. We'll go over what application-based stimulus means and what it means for you, and why this is the biggest payout you're ever going to see from this channel. Then we cut to fifth stimulus as well, and why third stimulus is turning to be the big secret winner among the Purple Hawks, and why Donetta may be left with just a donut. Of all those details and more as we start the final 15 minutes of Lalate's evenings, starting right now. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers at YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video to 30,000 likes and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And the link to become a member is underneath the video. Meantime, if you've not signed up for those Lalate alerts, you need to do so. They're totally free. The link is in the video, which is news.la.com/alerts. Become part of the Lalate alerts, and you get an alert when a breaking news story happens or a new video goes live. You can't miss a video by the minute. Put in your name and email address, and then watch for that confirmation email, maybe in the spam folder or the Google Gmail promotions folder. Click the blue button and confirm, and away you go. You're going to be getting those confirmation and those messages. Meantime, let's turn to fifth stimulus, as the president promised this, and now the Democrats are taking care of it for you starting in just a few days. This is the SSI reform that raises your benefits up a lifetime starting in September, drafting, trying to get to the finish line by November. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Step two is they're going to apply a new inflationary benchmark. Then they're going to remove the asset limit, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. Okay, how does this work? And who is this for? It's for you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Step two is they're going to apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. Inflation is going to be transitory, which means it's going to go up and then come back down in December. And Jay Powell, your head of the Federal Reserve, did exactly what I told you he was going to do. All this last week, I told you that during the Jackson Hole Symposium, Jay Powell was going to announce tapering, and he did. What is tapering? It's the first step to easing Fed stimulus, which is where the Federal Reserve had been buying federal instruments of like bonds to support this economy since the start of the pandemic to ensure that there was liquidity and banks do not go bankrupt. Banks are not going bankrupt, so he can ease off of that. And that starts in December. He also said because the inflation rate is going very high. He's worried about 3.5%. I say it's about 5%. Let's do the analysis. First, your benefits will go up. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. And if it's 5%, your benefits will go up another 5% lifetime. They're going to move the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. Now you'll be able to have some muddled. Did you call this muddled? Oh, no. It's not muddled, no myrtled. That'll allow you to have some stimulus checks in your hand and also purple. They're going to remove the asset cap. The income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest. You no longer fear a loss of benefits, and you'll be able to do a pair dance at your own wedding like Rob and Sandy. And there you go. Meantime, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. It will be in next year. The House Ways and Means Committee members represent. And lastly, if you're in the live chat and you notice all the people who have Purple Hawk emojis, how come you don't have one? You need to get it right now. Purple Hawk emojis, by joining underneath the video and becoming a member. Daily, I deliver to you a breakdown of all the big money under first, second, and third stimulus. Here's what's at issue. I launched Purple Hawks because there's a lot more money in these stimulus packages than just a small stimulus check. Third stimulus, I launched this when there was a $1,400 stimulus check. I said, sure, there's $1,400. Don't stay focused on that. Stay focused on the other sums of money I can get you. And viewers did. They got $50,000. They got $32,000 as Purple Hawk. They got $100,000. They're getting $80,000 this week because they realized, wait a second, $1,400 is all right, but I'd rather have $105,000. There's just, what is it, 3 more zeros behind it? Become a Purple Hawk because daily I deliver all the incredible information about all this money that's available for you under third stimulus. This is your money. This is your money for you to get. Consider becoming a Purple Hawk today. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed, and finished. Your recon procedural is done. And boy, does it feel good. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people and you under the fourth stimulus recon. Mostly application-based. Let me go over what that means starting right now. Number one, a recon is a done deal. Number two, it'll be $3.5 trillion. Number three, it'll be all checks for the American people. On the afternoon's L8 1 o'clock show today, someone said, I don't see the federal government sending out any money to any people. Have you watched any of my videos this week? They passed $3.5 trillion on Tuesday. How can you not see the $3.5 trillion coming out? It's sort of like, the sirloin walking into the casino with five $12 ice creams in his hand. How can you not see that? There's $3.5 trillion that is now coming out to the American people. Now, let's go over what application-based means by understanding some of the items that are proposed under this recon. Here are some of the items that are proposed in the recon. Remember, we don't have the bill yet, just the proposal. Free school meals for all, checks. Tax-paid checks. Cheaper prescription medication, checks. Then lots of checks for greener for farmers. Checks for free internet. Checks for other things like checks for workers and checks for seniors, checks for independent contractors, checks for vision, checks for dental, checks for hearing care, and more. The president had a secret meeting a week ago about number three, which was cheaper prescription medication. He loves it and sold to the Democrats. Put this front and center. Talk about this all the time. I think that's a great idea. Why? Because he said it's an automatic savings to a viewer's checkbook or wallet. Absolutely true. This is how it will work. You would go into a pharmacy on Monday, buy a prescription, let's say it's $50. This will become a law, let's say later in the week. You go back to refill the prescription. Instead of paying $50, you pay $5. You suddenly saved $45. Immediate savings on your wallet because this becomes law effective immediately. The federal government would slash their preferred rates they agree with the pharmaceutical companies on certain medications. Very, very easy to understand. So now let's go over what application-based stimulus is. You've been doing this since day one. You've been doing this since the first stimulus package. You did this week if you're a Purple Hawk. It means picking up the phone. It does not mean applying on a 50-page application that takes 15 years to do. No, it means something other than holding a donut. What does application-based stimulus means? Well, for example, I just went over internet, vision, and dental. Well, those are 4 different places and requires you to pick up the phone and call 4 different places. When people think sometimes about automatic stimulus, they think of IRS or the Department of Treasury. Department of Treasury doesn't have money for your dental, doesn't have money for your vision, doesn't have money for your internet. This is from different divisions of the federal government. Remember how we went over earlier about recon procedural? Committees are given different sums of money. These are those committees. The committee that has your money for your internet. The committee has their money for your dental or for your vision or for your hearing care or for the workers. Those are the committees that are going to have your money, and they're determining now how to spend the money among them. So when this becomes law, you will not look to the IRS to send you a check about your internet. IRS ain't going to send you a check for your vision. They have nothing to do with your vision or your teeth. You're going to look to these committees that'll have the money. And you've been doing this since day one. You've been doing this since the very beginning of the first stimulus package on this channel. Application-based stimulus, you've been doing under PBT, under SNAP, under rent, under utilities, under EIDL, under PPP, under PUA. You picked up the phone saying, I want that. And that's what application-based stimulus is. Number one, $3.5 trillion of checks are confirmed to you under the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. Number two, it's going to be in different committees across the board. So you're going to qualify potentially for a lot of different things. You're going to pick up the phone here, pick up the phone there, pick up the phone this place. The committees don't know you want the money until you tell them. So it's not like, oh, I'm alive in the United States, I'm getting a check for the internet. Oh, I have a donut in my hand, I'm automatically getting a check for my teeth. That's sort of a funny lie. I have a donut in my hand, so send me some money for my teeth. Why? Did the donut do something to your teeth? It's just you have to pick up the phone and you have to apply. And that is why Donetta, the donut guy, will likely be left with potentially just a donut from these $3.5 trillion of application-based stimulus by just saying, when is it in my bank account? Guess what? The internet check is never going to land in your bank account automatically. the money for your dental or for your vision or hearing will never automatically land in your bank account just because you're alive. People who say things like when, what day, what day am I getting money? When am I getting money? What day? Or people who say, land in my bank account. How do I update my bank account? We'll go in this bank account, that bank account. You're likely to get nothing because this is all money where they're saying, come to me to ask for the money and I'll give it to you. Not like it's a hard task, but it requires more than saying just when and when in my bank account. And this is where Purple Hawks are going to clean up. Now, Bernie Sanders needs your input about that recon substantive. He's the chairman of the budget committee that is very important in this process. And what did he say going into the weekend? I understand that prior budget chairmen historically have done their work just in Washington, D.C., but I think really the function of a budget chairman is to get out among the people. And I think this is going to be enormously popular. So he's saying, I'm going to get out there. I want to hear from you. Tell Bernie, spend the stimulus the right way. Chuck Schumer says Bernie and him are dealing with drafting changes by the hour. We're talking 4 to 5 times a day. And then Mitch McConnell praised Bernie, saying he may not have gotten the Democratic presidential nomination, but he's winning the party. Now, let's go back to that recon substantive. We already know they're giving us money, a $3.5 trillion, but they still need to spend the money the right way. And that is why it's important to push Purple Power for the question of how they spend the money. Seats for Stimulus, back in the mix. I brought it back about a week ago. It was a social media campaign I launched in 2020, which says, spend the money the right way. Spend the money on the stimulus the right way, or we're taking your seats. And guess what? This last Monday on the House floor, they were talking about it. They said we need to do this the right way. 6 House seats were up for grabs, and those 6 House seats could determine the balance of power among House and Republicans and Democrats in the House. So you need to push and say, spend the money the right way. I know you're spending the money on us, but spend it the right way as they deal with the terms and conditions. When you look at this application-based stimulus, and we've done all throughout this channel from the very beginning of March of last year, right before this channel launched, all the way up to the present, you've been doing this all along. You've been picking up the phone for PBT or PPP or PUA or EIDL. And that is why you're going to kill it under fifth stimulus. Early in this video, I said 2 things which are very important to go into the evening. I first said, if you've never gotten anything from this channel, get at least 1 item right now. And that's so important. For example, you may have called the water department, the gas department, the electric department because of an outage or a leak, or water leak. You can pick up the phone and call and ask for money. I know you can. You can do it. I have faith in you. Once you got 1 item, then you're going to kill it under fourth stimulus because it's the same task. It's picking up the phone saying, I need this money. I qualify for the money. Give me the money. If you've done it once before, you can do it again. That's why I always say that if anyone who says something like, can I have all the community volunteers give me all the money for me? No, I want you to get at least 1 item for yourself. You can do it. I know you can. If you use a telephone, you call your grandchild, you call your granddaughter, you call your cousin out of town, you can certainly pick up the phone and call the electric company and say, I deserve this money. Rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, or utility assistance because of COVID. Finally, the Purple Hawks versus the donut. Fourth stimulus is not coming out this week. There's nothing in your hand for fourth stimulus coming this week. And there was nothing in your hand last week for fourth stimulus. But look how we end this week. We have 3 viewers who started the week with 0. They're going to $40,000 in their hands because of third stimulus. We have the 1 viewer who told their friend to watch this channel and says she's addicted, getting $20,000, going from 0 to 20. We have Mark, who told the neighbor about this channel. Mark's neighbor went from $0 to $20,000 of rent paid. And now we have Johnny, who started the week with 0, by the middle of the week had $40,000 with 3 items, and by the end of the week is at $80,000 with 7 items. That's a Purple Hawk. That's you. That's what you can do. This money is available for you under third stimulus. All this money is available for you to get rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance. And I'm so proud of you because you're getting bigger numbers than even the week before. This money is available for you. If you need money, get this money right now. Rent, utilities, mortgage, all the types of utilities. You may have 3 or 4 utilities. Get all of them. We had Helen early this week who got 3 utilities. Get them. And with that, so much exciting details, so exciting for you. Let's recap. $3.5 trillion of checks coming to the American people under the first stimulus recon. It's a done deal. You'll be getting the checks, but they'll generally be application-based. You'll have to do something other than just hold a donut, which may involve potentially pick up the phone and calling. There's a push underway to put monthly stimulus checks in there on top of that, with the average number being about $2,000 a pop. You need to push Purple Power for several reasons. One, for the stimulus checks, and also to ensure that they do the provisions, the terms and conditions of that $3.5 trillion of checks the correct way. I know they're checks for us, but they still got to do it the right way. Meantime, fourth stimulus will not be putting anything in your wallet this coming week, but third stimulus can, as viewers are going from 0 to 80,000 in less than 7 days, and you can as well. Join me next on Overnight's Crypto, and then join me tomorrow morning on Early Mornings Lalate at 4 a.m. and then Mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Then we go into 9:45 a.m. live Mornings Crypto, and then 11 a.m. noontime. And with that, it's been a great evening, and I appreciate you joining me. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. The link's under the video where you can become a member and get all these big sums of money. Stay informed, stay focused, and have a beautiful evening. And stay with Lalate.